Welcome to this free email marketing course. This is something that I have put together. It's probably taken me at least a couple of days to put this together for you guys and accumulate this information. But this is the experience from somebody running a multiple seven-figure agency that operates as a growth partner and specializes in specifically one of our departments is email and SMS marketing. And I wanted to put together a completely free course for not only beginners, even though that's what it says in the title, but for overall anyone looking to scale utilizing email marketing for their e-commerce brand. We manage current accounts for multiple 6, 7, and even 8-figure e-commerce brands, helping them scale utilizing email marketing. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving away a complete email marketing tutorial and basically an entire course completely for free. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive in. As always, if you can go ahead and drop a like, comment, subscribe, it really does help with the algorithm and it makes sure that these videos get pushed to the right people. If you're interested in working with us, all the links are in the description. But guys, let's dive into this course. Okay, so what we're going to be reviewing in the course today, guys, and diving into is the foundations for email marketing when it comes to e-commerce brands. Then we're going to be focusing on deliverability, right? There's no point in moving on to the rest of the list if your emails are going to spam. And then secondly, the most important thing, right? First of all, we want to make sure those emails are not going to spam, but then we need to make sure that we actually have people to send those emails to. And that's where we're going to be focusing on building your subscriber list, moving into email segmentation and personalization, crafting campaigns, building flows, and optimizing for engagement and high click-through rates. So guys, let's go ahead and get started. Whether you're a brand owner, you're just getting started in e-commerce, you're an agency owner, what you need to understand is at its core, email marketing is a powerful direct channel of communication that allows brands to engage and inform, also retain their customers through personalized messages. This isn't just about sending emails, it's about making sure you're building relationships with your customers and driving and delivering value to your audience's inbox. Otherwise, they're going to unsubscribe. So by leveraging things like segmentation, which we'll learn about in the course later on, and targeted content, brands can deliver messages that actually resonate with the reader's interests, needs, which will eventually drive high engagement and high conversion rates. When it comes to effective email marketing, the most important thing you need to do here is understand your audience. Understand when to send them emails, understand what content is actually relevant to them, and continuously optimize based off of the performance metrics that matter when it comes to this channel. So if you're wondering if this is a revenue channel that your brand can utilize, don't even think about this for another second. Every single brand that we've worked with in the past 4 years has generated a major chunk of revenue through email and SMS. And even though in today's video, we're going to be focusing on just email marketing, you should be aiming for anywhere between a minimum of 15 to 25% of monthly revenue coming directly through this channel. And before we move on with the course, guys, just to reassure that I know exactly what I'm talking about, I just wanted to give you a peek at a few of our current accounts we're managing. In the last 30 days for this 8-figure brand, we generated over 23% of monthly revenue through emails, which was over $385,000. For this 7-figure cosmetic brand, we generated over 21% of monthly revenue through emails, over $45,000 in revenue. Year to date for this home goods brand, we've generated over 43% of revenue through emails, just under $1 million in sales. Another brand in the last 7 days, we've generated over 26% of sales, $31,000 in revenue. And the list carries on, guys, but let's go ahead and dive back on into the course. The next thing we're going to be looking at, guys, is email deliverability, right? This is one of the most important things when it actually comes to email marketing. There's no point in actually utilizing email marketing if your emails are going to spam, right? You're wasting time, you're wasting money. So the things you want to focus on here to fix that and make sure your emails are going to somebody's inbox is number one, verifying your domains. This is huge now, especially with Google cracking down on this. And you need to be able to set up your SPF and your DKIM authentication codes on the back end of your domain provider. Really, really important. If you're not sure exactly how to do that, make sure you look up a YouTube video on it. It's very simple, but it is a necessity. You want to be making sure that you're actually maintaining a healthy email list. I can't tell you the number of times, guys, that we've come into an account and immediately we're deleting 2,000 to 3,000 different emails because they're either completely unengaged subscribers, they're bouncing emails, or whatever the case may be. Having a clean list is a great way to improve your sender reputation and ultimately your deliverability. We're going to be diving into this in just a moment, but focusing on segmenting your audiences. The further segment segmented your list, the higher relevant your emails are going to be, the more relevant your emails are going to be, which is going to lead to higher engagement and ultimately, in likelihood, a smaller chance of you being sent to spam. Obviously, you need to be doing things like monitoring your metrics, your open rate, your bounce rate, the number of unsubscribes. If you notice any sudden changes in these things, you need to take immediate action and fix these issues. On top of that, make sure you're also avoiding spammy content. Klaviyo is a really good content analysis tool, and there's a ton of different AI tools out there for this now. But if you break some of Google's rules, they're not going to be forgiving, and you're going to go right to spam. And one of the most important things you need to do with any email marketing brand, especially if you're getting things set up for the initial time, is warming up your address. There's a ton of tools that can actually do this for you, but it is one of the most important steps to making sure you're landing in that inbox. Again, guys, the reason I'm leading with this first in the mini course is because there's no point in focusing on the rest of the other stuff if your emails are going to spam, so make sure you get all these checked off the list. Now, moving on down the list, guys, is going to be building your subscriber list. Once you've actually gotten your emails to go to the inbox, right, now you need people to send the emails to. And so how do we go about building the email list? Well, I've gone ahead and built you guys a pre-built list here, but the most important thing here is you need to have a mindset switch to start thinking from your customer's perspective. What's in it for them if they sign up to your list? That's what you need to be asking yourself. And ultimately, this comes down to incentivization. You'll see I have a few little tips and tricks here, but ultimately you need to figure out ways to incentivize people to join your list and make it worthwhile for them. These are just some additional add-ons, utilizing things like an exit intent pop-up. So when someone goes to leave the website, if they haven't already opted in, your pop-up's going to show up there. Making sure you're definitely testing different welcome offers. If you own a beauty brand or some sort of company where you can give away a sample size, where you can give away a free sample or a travel size product, this is a great way to build your email list instead of the regular 10% off. Again, depending on the type of brand you're running, you can offer some sort of downloadable workout guide or some sort of free ebook, have a spin to win widget where someone can have a free gift or a percentage off. If you're a much higher ticket brand, right, and oftentimes people are spending thousands of dollars with your brand, maybe just having free shipping to email subscribers is worth it. Utilizing things like giveaways, right? Super simple, super easy, but this is something that you can do on a monthly basis. Hey, to join our giveaway is to be a part of the email list. One of my favorite personal ways is utilizing things like VIP programs, right? So saying, hey, if you join our email list, you're going to be a part of this special group of people where you're going to get access to early deals, discounts, etc. And then another great way, a good example here is if you own a pet brand, as an example, you can host a photo contest where customers actually need to obviously submit their pictures and they can get reposted and get free products. But to do so, they need to send in their entry via email. The whole point here is finding out ways to incentivize people to join your email list, but be creative in doing so. And now at this point, your emails are actually landing in the inbox. You're getting more people to send your emails to by building your list. Now we need to focus on segmentation and personalization. So the main benefit of audience segmentation is that it allows you to deliver highly relevant and highly personalized emails to your customers, leading in increased engagement and increased in conversion rates. This is super, super, super important because depending on how well you segment your lists, it's going to allow you to tailor your messages and offers that much better to resonate with that specific audience and increase that conversion rate. This targeted approach is literally what's going to be helping you build stronger relationships with your customers, improving overall customer satisfaction, but building your LTV as well. And when it comes to personalization, segmentation is the perfect way to do this. Personalization goes far beyond just using a customer's name. It involves creating specific content, offers, messages that actually align with the individual's interests within that segment audience. This approach, like I said, not only creates a better overall user experience, but will have a major boost on engagement rate and conversion rate. This is the approach that big 7- and 8-figure brands take when it comes to their email marketing. They're not focused on just spam messages. So when it comes to personalization, I have a few quick tips here, guys. You can do things like geo-targeting for localized content. So you can customize emails based off of where the recipient actually is located. If you have a lot of subscribers on the East Coast, right, you're obviously going to want to send an email at a certain time compared to the customers on the West Coast. Doing things like birthdays or anniversary emails are huge. This makes people feel like, damn, they actually know who I am. This is a very personalized email. How the hell do they know it was my birthday, right? Not everyone is a marketer. They don't understand that we have that data on the back end. Make make sure you're utilizing it. Doing things like interactive emails are super helpful. These are things like quizzes, surveys, etc. And then based off of those previous responses, personalizing emails down the line around that. And we'll dive into this in just a moment, but this also comes down to customer journey mapping, right? So understand what it looks like when someone comes into your welcome flow, the difference between them, the difference between a returning customer and a new customer, and what happens next in that customer's journey as far as education and touch points with your brand. And then of course, last but not least, make sure you're actually A/B testing with personalized elements. Sometimes the extra effort that it takes to make an email extremely personalized won't actually have an impact to the degree that you're looking for. So it's important to test the level of personalization that you're utilizing to find out what's actually worth it. Now, when it comes to audience segmentation, here are our top 7 audience segments for you to implement. You can go ahead and pause the video or look these up individually, but with almost every single brand that we work with, we're creating these 7 audiences: new subscribers, first-time buyers, repeat customers, high-value customers, right? Big difference there. People who've abandoned cart, inactive subscribers / customer win-back segmentations, engaged non-buyers. So these are people that are actually opening our emails but haven't purchased. And then generally, depending on the brand, we're usually creating a specific segment based off of a specific SKU that customer may have purchased in the past. Consider a supplement brand or a skincare brand. Very easy for you to leverage this information to know that, hey, they bought product A, now it's time to email them about product B, so on and so forth. I don't care who you are, 99% of brands can implement all of these audiences to a degree, so make sure you go ahead and get those added to your account ASAP. Next is going to be crafting campaigns, okay? How do we do this? First of all, the question you're probably asking yourself is, how many campaigns should I be sending every month? That's a great question. Now, the optimal number of campaigns to send really depends based off of a few things: the size of your audience, your industry, and the overall nature of your emails. You need to be looking at things like your open rates, your click-through rates, and your unsubscribe rates to continuously push that envelope until you start to see those KPIs get negatively impacted. I think a good starting point for most brands is anywhere between 2 to 3 email campaigns every single week, so you can gather that data and then gradually adjust the frequency based off of those KPIs that we mentioned. Number 2, before you go ahead and actually send an email and curate the email, you need to be doing some objective setting and segmentation, what we just spoke about. When it comes to objective setting, before starting any campaign, you need to define what you want to achieve. Are you trying to drive sales? Are you trying to increase product awareness? Are you trying to re-engage inactive customers? And then segmentation. You need to understand exactly what segment of your audience you're sending this campaign to, so you can curate the information, the value, the offer, and the design to those specific people. Number 3 is the actual content creation. You want to focus on a value proposition and the design and the copy. When it comes to campaigns, you need to be making sure that you're always offering value in your emails, whether it's some sort of exclusive deal, useful information, or some sort of like actual compelling story. You need to be making sure that the emails you're sending are actually worth it, right? Otherwise, people are going to unsubscribe. And when it comes to the actual design and copy, most importantly, you need to be making sure that your design is mobile friendly and it's actually on brand. And the copy should be just super clear with strong call to actions with really personalized subject lines that resonate with your audience. And that kind of piggybacks into personalization, making sure that you're leveraging that purchase history data like we mentioned before, using things like the recipient's name, offering product recommendations based off of their segmentation, etc. Then you want to make sure you're looking at things like timing and frequency, right? This is really overlooked. When it comes to consistency here, if you're promising a weekly newsletter, ensure it's being sent on the same time every single week so people can become adjusted to that and start to expect emails from you, but also make sure that you're being very cautious that you're not sending too many emails and annoying your subscribers. And then finally, of course, you need to monitor and analyze all of your key metrics. Things like open rates, click-through rates, conversion rates, unsubscribe rates. This is what's going to give you insight into that feedback loop to be able to understand what's working and what's not. And when it comes to building campaigns, we're really focused on these 3 KPIs: average open rate, average click-through rate, and revenue per recipient. If you guys want to pause the video, I've actually gone ahead and given 3 individual tips here for each of these metrics that you can focus and utilize for your campaigns to make sure that you're actually having great open rates, you're getting great click-through rates, and you're making a good amount of revenue per recipient. And guys, when it comes to flow building now, right, we've looked at campaigns. This is sort of like the non-automated stuff. When it comes to building flows now, this is the automated stuff. And we sort of have a 6-step flow build where, again, very similar to campaigns, we're setting clear goals and objectives with each flow. We're also making sure that each flow that we're building is going to be personalized to a specific segment based off of an action that's being done, whether it's like an add to cart, initiate checkout, so on and so forth. We're personalizing the content where we can. We're making sure that we're actually optimizing the email timing and the frequency of the emails that we're sending as well, really making sure that we're A/B testing the number of steps each individual flow has. And we're always looking to make our flows better, right? So every time we create a new flow, we're trying to test subject lines, different content, different layouts, different call to actions, anything that we can do to get an extra percentage out of those sales. And then as always, obviously, we need to monitor and analyze performance with everything. If it's trackable, it can be improved. And when it comes to flows, I've actually gone ahead and put together our top 5 best flows. Again, you can go ahead and screenshot, see exactly how we have these placed, like what the conditional split is. Customer thank you flow, right? So as an example, when someone places an order, we wait 1 minute. Has the customer placed more than one order? Yes or no? If they have, then we have a sort of like a customer thank you for repeat customers. Then we have a customer thank you for new customers. Welcome series flow. We've actually started to have a conditional split here as well. If the person is a returning customer or a new customer. Browse abandonment flow, checkout abandonment flow, and customer win back flow. Guys, pause the video. You'll basically be able to see the individual wait times between each email and the number of emails that we're sending here, right? When it comes to automations and building these flows, there's a lot that you can build and it really depends on your individual brand. So I just wanted to make sure that I included our top 5. And guys, that quickly, it brings us to the end of our mini course. It's clear that this journey when it comes to email marketing is ongoing when it comes to mastering this sort of channel. But the way to do so means staying ahead, being proactive, adaptive, and innovative when it comes to marketing. So the next steps after watching this video for you to implement is going to be focus on personalization when it comes to your email marketing. Double down on audience segmentation. Always be testing, whether it's subject lines, whether it's hooks, whether it's the pretext, it doesn't really matter. Always remember that your engagement metrics, things like your open rates, your click-through rates, that is what's going to guide your email marketing strategy. And then lastly, make sure that you're always willing to adapt and evolve when it comes to this platform. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, they've really been cracking down on deliverability this year. That's one of the things that you need to stay up to date with and make sure that you're on par with. Otherwise, it's going to destroy the whole channel. So if you're still watching this video, thank you so much for getting all the way to the end, guys. If you want to work with our team, again, this was just a mini course for you to implement. But if you're thinking, hey, I'm way too busy, I'm running a 7-figure brand, I'm running a multi-6-figure brand, I'm trying to grow, you want to work with our agency instead and have this done for you, all the links are in the description to work with us, guys. Again, thank you so much for watching. Drop a like, subscribe, share this with somebody who would find this interesting and find this helpful. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this mini course. I'll be dropping a ton more soon, and I will see you guys in the next video.